It's 9 o'clock. Could you please join us with the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, everyone. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the Monday, July 14th, 2025 meeting as written? Peterson has moved. McCurry has seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Motion to authorize and direct the chairman to sign the Coffee County payroll notice for Jeff McCullough, Sheriff's Office Deputy, new hire, part-time, wage classification 40-4, wage $23.68, effective 7/21/2025. All moved.
Second.
Been moved by Thompson, seconded by Avendroth. Any further discussion?
So you got 1,000 hours at the bottom there?
Yeah, he'll be part-time.
Capped out? Okay.
Yeah, anything over that, then we have to pay benefits and stuff, so he's just gonna be 1,000 hours.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Road and Bridge Superintendent Ryan Durst, local road maintenance agreement. Good morning.
Good morning. How's everyone?
Good. Yeah.
Good. So this is the same agreement I had here last week. Hopefully you guys had a chance to kind of go over it. If you got any questions, I'll be glad to try and answer them. But this is just on the two lake roads out there at Lebo, and the county's been kind of maintaining those at the city's request for several years. Each time we go through that process, I come and get commission approval. And so I know those houses out there, I mean, they're in the county, they're paying county taxes, and so it's really not out of the way for us to maintain those roads. We go right by there anyway. It's not going to require that much maintenance, but I know the city will continue to mow like they currently are, and then they'll reimburse us for any material costs for gravel and crossroad culverts.
Did Bowie get a chance to look at this?
What's that?
Did Bowie get a chance to
Yeah, no, he looked at it, and this is, Keith Browning, engineer, come up with this, and then Wade reviewed it, and he had no issues with it.
Right.
Said he was fine with us moving forward, so probably get you guys are on board and accept this, and I'll get with the city of Lebo and move forward.
Okay. Motion based upon the recommendation of the Road and Bridge Superintendent and approval of the county attorney as to form to authorize and direct the board to sign the local road maintenance agreement between Coffee County Board of Commissioners and the City of Lebo for roadway maintenance located 27th and Dobbin Terrace North, approximately 2,240 feet, and 27th and Dobbin Lane North, approximately 2,665 feet.
I'll make that motion. I'll second it.
Been moved by McCurry, seconded by Barker. Any further discussion?
But did you know, Ryan, in the need of, with snow removal,
Yeah.
we have priorities, and they're just not fit into that.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be anything special on
Calls
there.
from homeowners and stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, it'd be typically when we're plowing snow, we're
Sure,
just
we'll take
working
care of that.
road by road as we get there.
Okay. Have we in the past done snow removal?
We did last winter. I think that was the first.
I was gonna say that.
That was maybe the first time.
Yeah.
That was maybe the first time that we had.
Because I know they get a little excited when we go for snow removal and stuff, so.
Yeah.
So
We haven't had much, I mean, I haven't had any calls or issues with the lake roads out there.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Hey, Ryan,
Yes.
this will be effective today too, right? They approved it today, but is it effective today?
Yeah, well, I think probably the effective date would probably be when the city,
So don't fill that in.
yeah, I wouldn't fill that in it. I mean, I think it would be when the city agrees.
Okay.
All right, thank you. That's what I had.
Were you, putting dirt back over here in the approaches where they recut the curbs?
Yeah, that was the plan.
You were doing it for Kilo Woods.
Yeah, no, we'll take care of that.
Some pretty big holes in there that maybe fall into it.
Yeah.
Looks like they're starting on the second, on the one north of down here.
Yeah, I saw that, and I think they're getting closer. They started a couple of them at the same time up there, so, yeah. So, all right, well, if you guys don't have anything else,
Thank you, sir.
get out of your hair.
On what we talked about earlier, when you take a look at it, would you come back with a recommendation?
Sure,
All
my
right,
cemetery.
all right, and I'll get that number sent to you. Yep. All right, thanks, Ron.
So, all right, have a good
I'll
week.
give this to you after I get Wade and my signature, and then when you get all the signatures, can you get me a copy too, please?
Yep.
Thank
Do that. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Economic Development Director Jenny Tapman, dock repairs at the lake. Good morning,
Good
Jenny.
morning, guys. So I just had, I had been told by Rhonda, who works downstairs, and then I had been having some conversations with the communications director at Wolf Creek, and we had discussed at one point that the dock out at the Coffee County Lake needed some repairs. So I started that conversation a little bit, and then talking with Rhonda and talking with Tom Johnson and the team out at Evergy and at Wolf Creek, that the walkway to the dock out there needs replaced. I think Evergy, they've been trying to get it done, or they've had it on their list for a while, but it was kind of the expense was maybe getting in the way. So in our economic development budget, we do have $25,000 designated this year for lake repairs, architect and appraisers. We also have $40,000 designated for infrastructure costs. Out of that, we've only spent about $8,000 this year. So my recommendation would be, I don't know if you guys got that estimate for the dock repair. Did I get that to you? Okay. Sorry.
I don't know if I did or not.
I can send it to you guys, but there's a estimate from George Hicks at Evergy for the total cost for the dock repair would be $53,358. Basically, to get a whole new dock is what they're wanting to do. They would deliver it and they would install it. It's Nico Sullivan Marina Company, and my proposal would be Evergy would cover half the cost, and then the county would cover half the cost, about $26,679. Get it repaired so we can still use it. I know a lot of people still are out there fishing, boating, and we've got the funds here to do it, so that was just,
So that'd be a split cost.
yeah, it would be a shared cost between us and Evergy.
Where was this dock company from?
The quote that they had got me is from Nico Sullivan Marina Company. They're out of Oklahoma. And I'm not sure why they chose to go with them. I just know they've been going back and forth with George and Weston Fleming out of Wolf Creek.
Okay, I do know there's one in Council Grove.
Okay.
Around built, so they built one like a whole the city lake at Council Grove.
So
Okay.
that, Evergy got this bid, is that correct?
Yes, yes, they got it. They just sent it to me and said, here's the cost. Would you guys be able to help at all? Because it is kind of expensive. They said if we did, they could probably move it up on the list or whatever and get it done pretty quickly.
I don't have any problems with getting it repaired, but I mean, if we could do something that's closer to
Okay.
same money or less, that would be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I can certainly do that.
Yeah, with someone.
More local. Okay. You said out of Council Grove. I could,
You can talk to probably the City Lake Marina or the Council
Okay.
Grove Marina, and they can get you in contact with them.
okay. Can certainly do that and see what the cost would be and get you guys that information.
I'd sure like us to look at something before we commit to that much money,
Okay.
see if there's a better option.
But this is for the entire dock?
Yeah,
Is that
so
And dock and walkway?
the quote would be to replace the walkway, and they had a list of all the, description of all the materials. It would include hand railing, and then also the cost to take out the old dock and install it was about $20,000, so that's a good chunk of it too.
But it's the complete dock, not just, I mean, I'm not familiar with it, I don't know what it looks like, you know.
Yes, well, I think it would be from what they were saying, to replace the walkway, including the hand railing. And it says it's shipped fully assembled, and then they would install it.
So it's not for the dock, then it's just the walkway.
Because I don't know what it looks like or what condition the rest of it is.
Yeah,
Right. I think the walkway was the main issue, that it's broken out there. So I could
So is that a-
check on that.
is that a wooden walkway or a metal walkway or?
So it would have galvanized steel frames, composite decking,
Oh, okay.
Great.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then,
So if they're talking decking, then that would be the dock, right?
The decking would be the walkway, I would think, would be with the tech tree plastic.
Could I get-
Could you take some
Could be
pictures
one,
of
I
it?
guess.
yeah, I could do that.
Maybe take some pictures of it and email all of us.
Okay,
That would be
yeah,
great.
honestly, I haven't,
Because
I've been out there, but I haven't been out there to closely inspect the damages. I've just been talking to the people that have been out there, and Tom, that said that it definitely
And
needs
apparently
fixed.
Wolf Creek or Evergy had a criteria that they
Yeah.
set to have it bid on, is that correct?
Right, and
And
this
so
bid
it-
was done May 7th.
Okay, so if you look into the one at Council Grove, so if they would get the same criteria to go
Okay.
by,
same specs.
same specs, yes, thank you.
Okay. Yep, I can do that.
All right,
And then, I mean, I guess surely Wolf Creek's gonna be agreeable with getting a different bid, and if they're not, then that affects my mind, I mean, we're
Right, I'll-
spending county money, I wanna
I'll
have
talk
another
to,
bid.
Well, if it's 50-50, everybody should have an equal say in it. So
Right,
Yeah.
right, and, you know,
hopefully
that's,
they're not opposed to potentially saving money.
I wouldn't think so, but
Yeah.
as long as the same specs are used for up there.
right, for what's needed.
Right.
And then Council Grove may not want to travel this far, so.
Right,
Right.
right.
Yeah,
maybe-
but I think
But
it's
if
good
we-
to check.
But
and see what we
it's
can
worth
do.
a try.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
okay.
So I'll check on all that, get back to you guys, and see what we can come up with. But I appreciate, it sounds like you guys are positive in moving forward.
Yeah.
Just a need.
Yeah,
Oh, it's needed, there's a lot of activities to go out on that lake, and we dang sure don't want somebody slipping off.
Oh,
the
yeah.
path.
Rhonda was
Right.
giving me the numbers from last year, and, you know, they do surveys every time groups come out there. Not everybody fills out and returns the surveys, but the estimated number of people that were out on the water last year was over 3,000.
Wow.
So it's a
Wow,
good number.
that's surprising.
Yeah.
They do fishing tournaments out there and stuff, we don't want it to be all ran down
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
a long pond or something.
right.
Yeah. We'll keep it nice and safe.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll work on that. Did you guys have anything else for me? Maybe a couple
Well,
minutes?
I don't know, we were maybe possibly gonna have an executive session later, and I don't know if we would want you included in that or not.
Okay, if you do, call me in, I'll just be
You're
downstairs.
gonna be here
Yes.
this morning.
Yeah, I will be here. I'll be traveling out to Atlanta for that Team Kansas event tomorrow, and then I'll be back later on Thursday.
Okay,
But I'll have my computer and stuff with me. I'll be checking them out.
okay.
All right,
All right,
cool. Well,
Very
holler
good.
at me if you guys need me.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much.
Yes.
Well, Angie said that, Garrett Nordstrom might be 9:30 before they could get here, so I guess we'll sign some papers.
Actually, and Garrett was coming in. I might want to sit because it was with the CDBG grant, but it might not be till a little later. Or should I just hang out?
Just, yeah,
Okay.
keep putting them on, and everybody
Yeah, I'll
gets
just
there.
hang out. That is something might be good to listen to.
There you go. care package for you there.
Spare week already. Looks like the same thing. They're going by without having this heat thing. Typical spare weather. Yeah. You knew it was gonna be warm.
I'm hoping the clouds will still be there. I gotta go to clean the garage up this afternoon.
It'd be helpful if the clouds stay around.
It was raining when I left the week.
Well, it was.
We got 1/100th of an inch here in Burlington this morning. Not on my end, just,
Evaporate.
I think we were on the southern edge or whatever it was.
Yeah, I just had a sprinkle at Waverly this morning and all that. Thunder, but no.
Just enough to make everything steam.
Yeah,
When you gonna frame, when you gonna frame the, this afternoon like at 1 or 2? Yeah, I'm gonna wait till it warms up a little bit.
Yeah, so still, I don't want you to get children.
No, I don't want to frostbite.
Well, it'll definitely be cleared off, cleared off by noon or so.
Oh, good. Greg's got till noon waiting.
I'll see if I can take her time, man. You wanna take a little 5-hour recess and come back later, is what you're saying?
Anybody wanna run for governor? Run from governor? We had another one.
Yeah.
Just call you.
Is the,
What?
is the, lieutenant governor running?
Tolbert or?
Yeah.
I would imagine so. I figured he was being groomed.
Yeah.
I would, but I gotta go find the garage. You might have the edge.
Soon as you find somebody else to frame a garage, so you get.
No one wants to work, Steve.
That's probably true.
They'll send you a bill. Anybody else can help you. The best thing I've noticed.
Sometimes they send them to you if they don't know.
That's concerning too. Right?
Rotary in Garnett has a dump tank that they rent out. It's been rented out quite often.
Yeah.
You don't have a dump tank with the fire department?
No.
Because we would rent one from someone that had fire on the side of it for every year at Lido for the senior carnival.
It was.
We'd rent one for a senior carnival. I thought it come from the fire department. Does Emporia have one?
You know, I mean, Waverly gets a dump tank here, but I don't know where they get it from.
Wonder why the Burlington Rotary don't have a dump tank. To get the grocery grab. Yeah, because don't have any place to store it. Steve, I'm impressed. You made it through there, signed every one of them.
There wasn't very many. You didn't give me a chance to mess up.
You get a gold star
Hey.
every day.
Put that star up, buddy.
All right. Wear it proudly.
It's your reward for the day.
That's right.
You almost missed the meeting.
Angie, I got one question.
You almost missed the meeting.
You may have that. On this Bureau of Fiscal Services, the letter said, thank you for participating in it. And if they didn't say, thank you for giving us $11,000. What was that for?
Bridges, right?
Yeah.
2 bridges.
But leading on that, thank you for participating in it. It's like something they wanted us to do. Oh, by the way, it's $11,000 over that. And there was 2 locations.
Yeah, looks like it's just, inspection and testing. I might have to call and ask, Ryan,
Okay.
but it's federal aid, which inspection. So I'm calling.
Okay.
Well, the only thing that may be a question, this agreement shall become effective the blank day of blank.
Yeah, Ryan said it would be when they sign.
Okay, so will that get filled in?
Yes.
Okay.
By them, I guess. I asked him about that.
Okay, I just wanna make sure.
Okay. Do you want me to call him and find out?
Yeah,
Okay.
just, I mean, that's a big chunk of money for not having any explanation exactly what was on. Please gotta sign all those.
Do you want to send me?
Have you really gone through the agenda?
Except for one.
Yeah, we're waiting on Garrett.
How was your weekend, Wade? Hot?
Lot of sweat.
Did you get 2 calls this weekend? Sparking pole?
I didn't go to a sparking pole. I did go to one.
Called Steve there one
Kathleen?
day. He's playing cow pasture pool.
I was. Not very well, but I was there.
What is it? Galveston food.
Morning. I was out, but it wasn't very well. But I had a good time, I was by myself, so that worked well. How are you, sir?
I'm well, thank you. Good night.
This time you had by yourself.
That's right.
Okay.
Nobody could critique my place.
Governmental Assistance Services, Garrett Nordstrom, CDBG grant, flow construction change order. Morning, sir.
Thank you for, I have before you the official change order that's come through from Kilo Construction and the engineers in the amount of $722,991.10. That's about what we expected for that road extension. And this came in about 10 days ago from the engineers with the engineer's recommendation letter. I was able to have that conversation that we discussed a few weeks ago with the Department of Commerce, and they have given us a verbal confirmation they will approve this. It is a little uncustomary for them to do so, so I'm real happy about it. We would make a motion to accept this change order contingent upon their written approval. They've given us the verbal approval, so we'll send in a letter today, and we should have that in a couple of days.
So this is the extension from where the existing road goes to 20th Road, is that correct?
It is.
Okay, phase two?
Phase 2.
Right.
I think that what we're going to do is just wrap it in and just call it all Phase 1, since it's incorporated with the change order instead of putting it back out to bid.
So there was some extra money from the original, which was, I'm sorry.
That's worthy of a conversation. If you don't mind, may I put the document in front of you? Thank you, Stacy.
Sure.
Okay.
This is the original. I'll just hand everyone
Okay.
a copy.
You want me to pass this letter?
This was our original budget,
Oh, yeah.
or the amended budget that we made after we took out all of their building, and we budgeted for just a very minimum project amount for bottom right-hand corner of $1,125,000. Now, it had been mentioned a few times here in this that money had been set aside, and we had discussed with Angie, and I'd sent a time and meeting place, I guess on the YouTube link, about how we discussed it. $600,000 had been set aside for this project at the very beginning. And when we met, we talked about budgeting the very, very minimum project at $1,125,000. So right now, if we do the arithmetic, we've got, I apologize for not just having that number ready. 722,991 is the second phase. The first phase is 466,224.
That sounds right.
Okay.
466, 224.
That's what the real that. Plus, we have the construction inspection. The engineering design. And the admin. We're at $1,403,965 for the total project right now.
Repeat that number again.
$1,403,965.
Okay.
The grant's picking up $750,000. So as we speak, we have a remainder of $653,965.
And that takes that road from SSM all the way to 20th.
Yes. And they've got a nice start on it, I'm sure you take it.
Yeah, they do.
It's like they're,
Here, what did you say, this would be contingent on?
written approval from the Department of Commerce. And I'd like to send that letter today, but they agree with it.
Okay.
With them.
Sure.
Anything you want to add?
I need to sign this.
No, I think that's just what we had talked about previously.
Garrett, what's, this 653,995, is that county responsibility, or is that taken from this 125?
No, that would be the county responsibility. There are two lines or two columns in this budget. One would be the CDBG fund,
Mhm.
$750,000, and then other funds, the bottom line would be $375. But again, when we budget that, the CDBG program requires us to spend 50 cents to every dollar they spend. So we put the minimum in there, $375, just so that we have to get back any grant money.
So, I printed it just like you sent it. Can we just sign out here? Okay.
Okay, so I guess,
If I need to change this motion anyway.
I don't think so.
I'm curious, once that road goes to 20th, will that fence have to be moved over then to, because there's a fence line there right now that goes all the way to 20th.
for the cattle.
Because there's cattle in there. So will that fence line have to be moved to the east?
Set east of that road.
Yeah. I apologize, I'm gonna have to, I would deflect that to the engineers and to the construction.
I mean, it's because there's cattle in that pasture right now.
You're talking about the north-south fence that goes along the road.
That's correct.
It'll have to be moved, I would think, but
Yeah, there's,
I mean, it's just a question.
maybe they won't get that far before pasture
Pasture
season's
season's
over.
over, I don't know.
The second phase, how soon that's gonna take effect.
my understanding is that they're gonna move ground almost immediately.
Okay.
Once they hit the first phase, and they're going to go ahead and head on north then. Is that correct, to 20th? I mean, it's going to be a continuous thing.
Yeah, once they have that excavation equipment out there, they'll go immediately through, but that would be, go ahead, Steve.
No, I was just, that's why I was questioning about the fence line, because I know the folks that have got that rented right now got cattle in there, and I don't know when they're gonna pull those cattle off or anything.
I mean, they're starting to move cattle now, but.
Right.
But we don't wanna have a free road to.
Yeah, I don't know if
75
they're-
highway.
Full season.
I'm not trying to throw a kink in it, but it's just a question that probably needs to be addressed somewhere, I mean.
Yeah, if they're full season or whether they're coming out pretty soon, I don't know which.
I can get that answer.
Okay.
Any sort of design,
Sounds like it.
implementation, and sort of logistics, I would defer to the engineers,
Sure.
just to kind of stay in my lane, but I'll ask immediately as soon as leaving, I'll make sure that
All
I
right.
get.
Very good.
Because if there's a fence that needs to be made, it needs to be built before you guys start moving any dirt, 'cause we don't need any cattle out on the highway.
That's the point.
And maybe they can just, if there's a cross fence there too, in there, that goes east-west.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they could basically dig the whole road all the way to the fence line on 20th and still have that
Still has.
section contained.
Yeah, they wouldn't have to move, I guess you're right, that
Until they
wouldn't,
make the approach.
that wouldn't bother the fence. Maybe that's a moot
But they're
point.
gonna be in and out of their equipment with an opening, they're not gonna wanna close the gate all the time.
Yeah.
That'd probably be asking too much, wouldn't it? No, I'm kidding.
Might raise the bid.
You never know nowadays.
Unless you put a high-powered category in.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be, anyway, that's just a question.
Yeah, I'm sure they would get something done. Okay.
I will find out
Very good.
and have that.
Keep your cows off the highway.
Yeah.
So we have a motion to accept the change order for the SSM road construction project with Killa Construction in the amount of $722,991.10, contingent on written approval from the Department of Commerce, and authorize and direct the chairman to sign same.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
Been moved by Abendroth, seconded by McCurry. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Shall we sign to the right of the
Yeah.
signature here?
Did
How's
you
the
need
Leo
to
school coming along? Your daycare?
designate a place where it looks like it is?
So we will be in about 6 months of design for that. And right now, we have initiated what we call the National Environmental Policy Act Environmental Assessment. So we have to run an environmental assessment on. So we've sent out letters to the applicable federal agencies and state agencies that have jurisdiction or that have to respond to the environmental impact of the project. So I think we're right on schedule, if not ahead. I think what we've been trying to do is push along these projects where typically a CDBG project would get a year in design and a year to award general contract. And the architects and engineers typically use that entire year. We've been trying to push them along and saying, we want to be out to bid in 6 months.
Sure.
Because we want this open for at least next year.
Sure,
Right? And I don't think we'll get it in before the end of this school year, but definitely when the next school year opens, that will be open, is our schedule.
Yes, very good, good.
Did we designate where these funds are coming from for the 653 that we're responsible for?
I'm sorry, say that again.
We did not.
Where the funds are coming from to pay this?
We talked about this a little last meeting.
Yeah,
There was
I just,
some money that come back from the GIS. We contemplated using it. And then
Yeah.
I think we decided to put it back into general.
But I haven't even decided where it's coming from.
Well,
The original
I mean-
375 is probably designated already.
I'm sure that was,
Steve,
Well,
I don't know what process.
so right, correct. And then that's not part of this motion, so I mean, I guess we're okay for now, but yeah. This was to accept the change order, so.
I think going back, someone will look at the motion and then see where it was designated the money, what pool it's gonna come from. So, if I remember right, I thought it was some sort of community improvement type fund. But that way there's a placeholder for a motion if somebody wants to come back and look at when the decision was made.
So do you think we need to revise that, or?
I don't know, I think that's more an Angie's question. They didn't designate where those funds would come from.
Oh, yeah, we do need to do that.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
And previously, was that a community improvement, or do you remember? I don't remember off the top of my
Yeah, the
head.
original $375 or 70.
No, it was 400. I have that motion right here. In fact, I was prepared for that. November 4th, a motion was made to accept the bid from Killa Construction in the amount of $466,534.80 for the airport access road for SSM project. And no fund was mentioned. So that's the one I was talking to you guys about here the other day, and thought that you probably would want to do it from community improvement.
Oh, that should be in Garrett, should come from the CDBG.
Oh, the 440.
they're
Or
466,000.
That was Killa's bid.
So, because CDBG had, that was 750,000,
Yes.
is that correct?
Okay.
And so Killo's bid came in at 466,534, which left the balance
Which is why there's now phase two.
right,
And that difference being applied, instead of losing it, being
was applied to the
the
second
next
phase.
Yeah, we had to get permission to use it on the
Right,
site.
right.
All of that,
Is that 150?
750,000.
The county is the 653?
Yeah.
Okay, so do we need to,
Now it is.
okay, so do we need to
Sorry, I
make
didn't mean to.
a motion stating that number, and then what fund to pay from?
I would think so. I mean, if that's where we want to have that discussion, it's just been mentioned a few times that it is available and has been allocated from some pool, but we haven't been able to,
Okay.
we haven't designated it.
That 375,000, is that?
Well, originally, yes, but keep in mind, when we did it again, we budgeted the least, or the minimum project amount that we had to hit to capture that 750,000.
Oh.
But before in our meeting, we had discussed, and it had been discussed that $600,000 had been set aside at some point in the future, and that was sometime last year,
Yeah,
2024. And we know that the money is there. We have looked in the community improvements fund, is that accurate
Well,
to call it that?
we have the general fund, community improvement line item, and then we also have the community improvement reserve fund, which has plenty in there to cover that.
But now we're at 653, so you had
965.
965, and then I believe I was off. I said 224, but the actual bid was 466,534. That's what we did. I pulled that up out of my head there, but so we're off a couple $100. But we can do that arithmetic again, and maybe we should.
So should I go back and add to that motion, or make,
I think for a placeholder, so you know when you go back, where it's gonna come from, because once the statements come in, you're gonna wanna know where to pull that.
okay, so, but I can add it to that motion they just did?
I think they need to either revise or rescind.
So make a new
Amend.
motion?
Either way.
Or to just rescind it, start over.
Let's see where Garrett gets, and then it may be easiest just to rescind and then replace.
So we just make a motion I make a motion to rescind the change order concerning the SSM road construction project. Is that sufficient? The previous motion?
I mean, I think either way, the benefit you have is everything's done on YouTube, so you can go back, anybody who wants to say what happened, how and why, it's preserved, different than if you didn't have the recording. So if you just wanna, someone make a motion to go back and,
So I made the original motion to do this, I'll make a motion to rescind completely in entirety.
Okay, she's
Original motion.
something printed on there. Okay. Avondroth has moved to rescind the motion regarding the SSM project road construction.
I'll second that.
Been moved by Avondroth, seconded by McCurry. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
So we'll do the same motion we just did, but adding to it. Is that okay?
With clarification where the funds are coming from?
Okay, and we're gonna, yeah, okay.
are all your figures still the same? I thought you said it was a couple $100.
It was, and so we made that correction.
I'm gonna put that in there.
Let me check my arithmetic just one more time.
right, saying the right number for me. Correct it. Purchase 90. What does that make this 90? Do you want to do community improvement reserve then?
I think so.
Yeah.
Do you want to look at that way?
I'm looking at it right now.
Is that the change order 6722991? No, is that facility improvement?
No, that's correct. The change order is correct.
It is.
The other was 466,534.80. So that makes it
Okay.
190.
So do you now want to have in your motion, it talks about the change order, but the change order is adding that north component that wasn't there before, just, does that make sense?
It does.
That way what's different between what was originally done and now? And why is there a change order? And that's why. So
Because the change order involves the
portion of the
second
road.
part, is that,
right.
From,
And I don't remember what that distance is, but from
It's half a mile, right?
it's a half mile?
Yeah.
The SSM building to the county road.
Because
20th.
the fence line east and west is the half mile line, so 20th would be the full mile there, so it'd be an extra half mile, I think.
The engineers entitled it Airport Access Road Extension.
okay.
There you go.
Extension to the north.
Extension to the north.
Portion of the airport road. What'd you say they titled it?
They just called it the extension. The Airport Access Road would have been the first phase. The Airport Access Road Extension would be second.
We haven't paid for that road yet?
And I think the reason being is because by the state,
Have to be like,
for an access road needed to go to that road, I mean, that was part of the reason to go on to that road, correct?
county power, is that?
Yes.
To come off the highway,
Yeah, as opposed to how they have that,
as opposed to where we were going to do that.
yeah, where they have that sort of temporary road
Right.
that just goes right on the
Right,
highway.
right.
Adding the half-mile extension airport access road to the north to 20th Road.
That suit everybody? Wade? Okay, motion to accept the change order for the SSM Road Construction Project with Pillow Construction in the amount of $722,991.10, adding the 1/2 mile extension Airport Access Road to the north to 20th Road, contingent on written approval from the Department of Commerce and authorize and direct the chairman to sign same. The total cost of the project is $1,404,275.90, with $750,000 to be paid from the CDBG grant and remaining balance of $654,000 $275.90 to be paid by the county from the Community Improvement Reserve Fund.
Make a motion again.
And I'll second it.
It's been moved by Evandroff and seconded by McCurry. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Got a lot of CDBG business, so I'll probably see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can do well.
So, that covers our agenda. You want to start with roundtable, Angie, and we'll work our way around and see what we come up with.
I don't think I have anything. I got everything sent to Emily about the budget, and we got the publication notice going in the paper, so I think we're on track for all of that. Budget hearings are set. That's all I have.
Okay. I don't have anything.
Neither do I.
Nothing here. We're consistent. I don't have anything.
Been attending the comprehensive plan city hall meetings. Things are kind of sort of going well with that. Some bumps and things, but
Yeah.
have been interesting to attend. And I think from the ones I've been to, the county patrons across the county seem to be on the same page with what their wants, needs, and desires are.
Okay. Mr. Booth?
Those meetings are well attended from what I'm told, compared to in some other locations, and talking with the planning consultants, that they've been pleased with the number of people who have attended. I think there's a meeting tonight, isn't there? Tonight or tomorrow?
29.
Oh, yeah, next week is.
29th,
Yeah, I'm a week ahead.
Yeah.
Everyone
Skipped a week.
Burlington Library on the 29th, and the 30th will be Waverly Community Building. 6 o'clock on both of them.
Behind the scenes, phase 2 on the jail project has been a spirited conversation, I guess is what I'll call it. Move that along. Hopefully something will be presented to you within the next, hopefully, couple of weeks. Commissioner Avendroth has been a part of those meetings with his construction backgrounds. He was brought on board to help navigate some
Concerns?
concerns, I guess, or is
So
a
you're
fair way to
probably
say it.
spirited conversations.
Wouldn't you say they've been spirited?
That's one way to word it.
Yeah. So obviously the goal is to stay under the number that the taxpayers authorized, and that is part of the spirited conversation. As you recall, and Tom has been in here, Sheriff Johnson's been in here several times. From the beginning, that phase was well over budget. A number of things had to be cut to stay under budget. We're having a similar dialogue and conversation now to do the same with phase 2. So I believe we'll get there, but it's going to take some efforts on all involved to cut a number of different things along the way. One of the things that will likely come before this board, probably not initially, but within the next year or two, if and how phase 2 renovates on that side. One of the questions is the roof that ties to that side. And originally, the roof was a part of phase 2, but the cost is would put it well over budget. Angie can speak, for the topic that ties to the roof, but my understanding is there's a fund that ties to any type of project like that that would need to be done. And, the county, you could make a decision later on to tap into those funds for the building. So I don't know what that balance is for the building, but I think it's.
Well, that capital outlay line in general, I'm
Right.
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt
No,
you
no.
there, but, that's the line they cut out last year. There is some money in courthouse general that could, I don't know, what is that price gonna be on that? About roughly.
$100,000, I don't know. And looking into the future, at some point in time, we've been able to patch it along, but the air handler outside will be something that will need to be, money set aside into the future. Maybe we've been able to fix things and patch it, but from an HVAC standpoint, we've been told that you'll need to budget for that going into the future.
There is some in capital improvement for courthouse modification that we have. I think we budgeted $60,000 for that. And then,
And no decisions need to be made right now. It's more planting seeds so you're aware going into the future of what some of the needs will be.
Planting a seed on that part, I think it's very important for the integrity of this board that we keep that amount of money at what the taxpayers voted for. and
Well,
not
there's no
exceed
doubt,
it.
there's no doubt
And
there.
it's just,
Yeah.
you know, we gotta do what we have to do to keep that from going over budget.
We've expressed that to the entities that are involved in that potential renovation, that was exactly.
I mean, we're gonna sink our heels in.
Correct.
Yeah, that's been Tom's
That's been Tom's
point on it from the beginning.
And
No more than 30
Tom
million is.
made the comment when we were all out here with the photos, this is not going to go over budget.
Right,
Correct. These people that are involved in this, they need to know where we stand on.
Right.
They're well aware of it.
They,
I mean,
they're aware of it after the previous 2 meetings that we've had with them.
This is just another little kick that this is what we feel as a board.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, sir.
So right now, they're into the part about maybe redoing some interior doors and a few modifications to that floor plan to change it out to cut costs and not, I don't remember what else, so it's a couple other things in there that was talked about.
Yeah, there've been quite a few deletions from the original plan design from these to try to get it under and.
I know there was some professional services that was asked to maybe work with us.
I'd mentioned before, going over with the architects, funding and everything, that with 55, 56, I can't even remember how many change orders we're at. If we need to work on that part of it, I adamantly feel that maybe they should have to eat some of that through design and then, oh, got a problem here, I'm gonna pay for it. Mr. Meats talked about that before this current administration was in, or board was in, so, and it's kind of gone along, but I mean, we need to do that, just so we keep it under budget, or at budget, I should say.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, those messages have been relayed multiple times by several different parties, including myself and others involved in those meetings. So hopefully there will be.
We'll get there, it's just a matter how we get there.
The the last thing that I have, will require a 20-minute executive session. I was hoping I would have more information that ties into, I was trying to wait on hearing from Saban regarding some boundaries regarding changing the layout of the land owned by the county on North property.
It's not the airport, huh?
But I don't have anything, and I checked before I came here to see if there was an update, but we need to have a discussion regarding the agreement, and I need to provide some legal advice about what some of the courses of action are. So I'm asking for a 20-minute executive session, myself and the board, to be under the attorney-client. And legal advice regarding a pending county agreement. I guess it's a legal agreement.
So it's just the board and yourself, or everybody else?
So I guess, I would make a motion to enter into executive session for 20 minutes to include each of the commissioners and County Councilor Wade Bowie to discuss matters deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship regarding legal advice of a pending county agreement under Kansas Open Meetings Act, KSA 75-4319B2.
Second that.
Been moved by Thompson, seconded by McCurry. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We will go in at 10:04. Hopefully that gives us enough time. Well, do we want to take a
10-minute break?
Thank you, Angie.
10-minute break and then we'll come back and we're probably going to go back in?
Well, you wanna go back in for another 20 minutes under the same topic, but I think there needs to be, for lack of better wording, some bathroom breaks.
Okay, so give us, that we'll go in 10 minutes, 11 minutes, 10 minutes later, once we...
Yeah, we'll take about 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, between,
Okay. So do I need to read the whole thing again, or just say we're gonna go back in for 20 minutes under the same? What do we need to do?
I just read it again, just to be
Okay.
safe.
Okay. Let's
You're doing 20 or 10?
20. So ask for a motion to enter into executive session for 20 minutes to include each of the commissioners and County Councilor Wade Bowie to discuss matters deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship regarding legal advice of a pending county agreement under the Kansas Open Meetings Act, KSA 75-4319B2.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Amadraw, seconded by McCurry. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We will enter in at 10:36. How long do you think, everybody?
15?
Yeah, probably 15.
I think that would do us. wouldn't it?
Same thing again?
Okay. Can I just read that same thing again, or is that okay?
Yep.
I'll make a motion to enter into executive session for 15 minutes to include each of the commissioners and county councilor Wade Bowie to discuss matters deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship regarding legal advice of a pending county agreement under Kansas Open Meetings Act, KSA 754319B2.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'll
Yeah.
second, I'm sorry.
Thompson moved, McCreary seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We will enter in at 10:59.
You did say Thompson.
I appreciate it.
Friday,
Let's see.
they try to get it over with while it's stuff in the office.
Okay.
So I guess no action taken.
No action taken today.
So, I handed you out some invoices there from Western Consultants. And so I was a little bit confused, in understanding that Garrett, with Governmental Assistance Services, is also a Western Consultant. So, these invoices are for the CDBG grant administration, and we paid one of them earlier this year out of economic development, and I talked to you last week about these other two, asking if we should go ahead and pay those out of economic development. But then after Garrett being here, and Jenny emailed me and said that these actually should come from Community Improvement Reserve Fund, because it is for the administration of that grant.
This is the grant for the airport.
Yes.
Yep.
So, I said, my apologies, you know, I didn't realize that he was tied to this as well. I've only known him for governmental assistance services.
None of these have anything to do with what's going on at Lebo with the daycare, correct?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
SSN, CBG.
You all have the same reference number there, the 23, ED 23, IN 001.
Yeah.
And this was prepared 12/31/24.
Yeah. So, I didn't know how to really write the motion totally, because there's not like, usually an invoice number has a certain number to it, you know, like invoice number 1, 2, 3, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I put a motion out there if you want to review it.
Okay.
The total of these invoices is $10,950. And so if you're okay with that, we'll do a journal entry on the one that we've already paid, and then we'll pay the other two. But the total of all that together is the $10,950.
And we've already paid the $555.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you put an invoice number on for your records? Do you have a way to keep track of them?
I suppose I can.
You'll have to give it back to them, obviously, but do a tracking mechanism for you.
Or unless you use these dates off of here or something, I don't know.
Just a follow-up.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how,
you can record that.
yeah, because I know like, if we pull up the vendor, we can look at every invoice we paid. And if I put that Coffee County ED 23 IN 001 in there, that should link all of them together.
Be helpful.
So one was paid out of economic development.
Yeah, the first one that they sent, which was the actual grant award for, I think, the first part,
Right.
that was paid out of economic
Okay.
development.
So what do we transfer this 5,500 then?
Yeah,
Do you need,
I'll just do it.
send it back to economic development?
Yeah.
Out the other one?
I'll do a journal entry for that one, and then I will pay the other two.
Out of that
Okay.
grant money?
So, that sound okay to everybody?
Yep.
So I've got a motion to pay, I'm asking for a motion to pay Western Consultants a total of $10,950. 3 invoices, Coffee County ED 23-IN-001 for CDBG grant administration for the SSM Airport Access Road. Funds to come from the Community Improvement Reserve Fund.
I'll make that motion.
Moved by McCurry, seconded by Peterson. Any further discussion?
So did we not just say one of them had been paid already?
One has been paid.
We're just gonna do a journal entry?
I'm just gonna do a journal
Okay.
entry for that one.
Okay.
And then the other
The
two,
10,000's coming out of the,
it's the full amount.
it's the full amount.
Because you have to, if you're gonna pay from your reserve fund, you have to have a motion for that. So I figure if it's a total there, with the understanding we're gonna do one journal entry and pay the other two.
And then just do the transfer after that.
Yeah. And
Clear as mud.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Well, what else do we have, guys? We don't have anything else, I guess we'll adjourn at 11:21. Have a good week.
you'll have a good week.
yeah,